Ladies and gents, we have an exotic catalyst for the exotic sword, Black Talon. Now say what you want about Black Talon. It may not be your cup of tea, but my God, is this thing not beautiful? Now the exotic catalyst, I want to say dropped from a Crucible game. I don't know, boys. There's been a lot of grinding, a lot of hours this week. I can't even tell you where it came from. So if you can let me know in the comments below where the Black Talon catalyst dropped for you, it might just be a raw drop, which I'm under the impression that is the case. And I know the Black Talon catalyst is dropping for folks. Lord of Wolves catalyst is also dropping, which we'll be reviewing here shortly as well. But let's jump into Black Talon. First up, it's been a minute since we actually reviewed this sword. I believe the last time we actually looked at Black Talon was when we combined it with something like Stronghold. Now, all of the gameplay you see today is with the Talon Exotic Gauntlet's Stronghold, as they come with the perk Clinch Fist. Guarding with swords increases your move speed, and it does not drain ammo. Shots blocked immediately after guarding will heal you. Now, not necessarily the most popular exotic on the Titan class, but for sword users, it's a godsend. That healing perk is extremely nice in both PvE and for PvP. Now, with the Black Talon catalyst, it ties in perfectly here, as the catalyst states that shots blocked immediately after guarding increases the damage of Crow's Wings for a short duration. Now, Crow's Wings is actually the exotic perk found on Black Talon. Essentially, you hit your heavy attack, or in my case, my right mouse button, and you fire off a projectile cross combo. Now, there's actually a method to this. You can actually combo these combos together, like a quad combo. I don't know, something like that. I feel like I'm playing Mortal Kombat, but it's actually got some stuff that ties into the sword pretty well. You've got Tempered Edge for that increase in sword damage and ammo, Heavy Guard for high efficiency and high defense, and the best trait on this sword, considering there's like an AoE effect whenever you hit enemies, is Tireless Blade. Sword ammo granted for every other powered sword kill. So you can like actually open up with a heavy attack and then follow up with just your basic sword melee attack. You'll still proc something like Tireless Blade to ensure that you still keep some ammo. And the ammo economy overall for Black Talon, especially if you're using something like Stronghold, is actually really good. It's got like 65 sword charges, which if you divide that by 4, you can actually expend 16 heavy attacks, which is pretty amazing when we start talking about the damage here. Now, the exotic catalyst itself states that it increases the damage of Crow's Wings, but only for a brief duration after successfully blocking shots immediately after guarding. Now, the damage is actually nice. On Greg, if you notice, every time you actually swing this sword in its heavy attack, you see 2 damage values jump up there. So Black Talon on its own hits 9,151 damage times 2 for a total of 18,302 damage per heavy swipe. Now, when we actually activate the exotic catalyst successfully, you'll notice that the perk Reversal pops up on your screen. That's to signify that the exotic catalyst is now in effect, but notice that the duration is very short. I mean, it goes away very, very quickly. On top of that, if you guard too soon, you won't proc Reversal, which is why we're using the exotic gauntlet Stronghold, because I was actually trying to block kind of late. That way I made sure I proc Reversal, and even though I would take damage from enemies, Stronghold would normally heal me back, maybe not to full health, but give me some of my health back. So that increase in damage is approximately 50%, which is nice, but I really wish the ease of use here was better. Now, the catalyst seems to be more gauged at PvE, but that 50% buff does apply in PvP, meaning yes, technically you can shut down supers with something like Reversal active. At the same time, there's not many supers you can guard against with your sword. Even something like Stronghold here, most supers are just gonna run you over and still kill you. So if you're in a 1v1 scenario and you got a guy in front of you with a super, if you're sitting there trying to proc something like Reversal, you'll most likely die, which is why I think it's better to just go ahead and double swipe just to get the guaranteed kill, at least against supers. Now, against just Guardians, yes, it increases damage, but it's a tad bit overkill. I mean, already, Black Talon had excellent tracking. It already got the one-hit kill with its heavy attack. Taking the time to proc Reversal is not really necessary. Now, I did run into a situation where a Titan was kind of moving out of my shot a little bit, and only 1 damage value appeared. Now, that was, of course, the damage value from the exotic catalyst. Technically, it should have shown 231 plus another 231, right? Instead, it only showed 231 once, which could have been a bug, but at the same time, maybe, just maybe, he was actually evading Black Talon enough to where only 1 of the cross combos was actually going to make contact. Now, like I said, it's been a second since I used Black Talon. I'm not even sure if Guardians could evade the Black Talon cross combo effectively, or if this was just a visual bug. If it was a visual bug, then disregard everything I'm about to say. If it was not a visual bug, and yes, he was in the process of evading one of the cross combo attacks, thus resulting in the damage only hitting once instead of twice, then in this scenario, the Exotic Catalyst in PvP is valuable. Now, quite frankly, if you got a clear shot on an enemy inside of PvP with something like Black Talon, just kill him, man. Don't take the time, let him turn around and look at you. I know I did it in this gameplay, but I'm just showcasing it. All I'm trying to say is there may be some value to this Exotic Catalyst, even for my PvP guys. Now, for PvE, oh man, I was super impressed with this thing. So I actually went into the Sundial, which is perfect today because we have Void Burn and Heavyweight. Combine that with something like Sword Ammo Finder, maybe even a Heavy Finisher. I was wrecking some Unstoppables. And they're pretty meaty. They're meaty with a group of people. And you see how much Black Talon is eating them up. Now, like I said, proccing that Exotic Catalyst, it takes practice. Also, blocking without something like Stronghold would have actually resulted in me using up a ton of ammo for no reason. I didn't realize how much ammo I was burning through until one Sundial round, I actually took my Strongholds off. And next thing I knew it, I had no ammo. Which is why I think inside of PvE, I don't know many Warlocks or many Hunters that are going to resort to using this Exotic effectively, at least with the Catalyst. Not saying you can't use it, guys. I'm just saying ease of use is way more in favor for Titans than it is for other classes. Now, damage-wise, with that 50% boost, as well as something like Void Burn and Heavyweight, you see the type of damage we're putting in right now. No, we're not breaking the bank, but it's not bad. And I definitely wouldn't look at Black Talon as a means of like great DPS, because if you're going to sit there and proc reversal with every single sword guard, that is obviously going to lengthen that DPS greatly. The way I would look at it and the way I treated it, Black Talon with its Exotic Catalyst is an excellent choice when you're needing a weapon that can stretch heavy ammo for long periods and get lots of total damage. If you were to actually take the time to proc reversal with every heavy attack, your total damage would be 463,356. Now, I know it's not the best, but the main thing to take away from that one is we're not even taking into account Tireless Blade. Again, every other kill that you get, you're returning ammo back to the sword. So the main thing to take away about Black Talon, guys, it is a good Exotic Catalyst. I very much enjoy it more inside of PvE than in PvP, even though I think out of all the swords in PvP, Black Talon by itself was already the best. This is just a cherry on top. But that increase in 50% damage is really nice inside of PvE. The only thing I wish they would have done, I wish the ease of use would have been better. I wish that I didn't need something like Stronghold in order to get the most out of this Exotic, because this is not an Exotic that I just want to be married up to the Titan class. Ideally, I wish the Exotic Catalyst allowed you to guard, maybe not indefinitely, but it uses up substantially less ammo with each and every guard, giving it more breathing room for the other classes. Or if I'm just a Titan that didn't want to rock Stronghold, that's the other thing. Maybe I don't want to just be married up to something that's benefiting my sword here, even though it's pretty nice. The main thing is, guys, in activities like the Sundial or Strikes, something where I have to expend ammo extremely fast, Black Talon is really good. And if you really want to stretch things out over long engagements, Black Talon and this Exotic Catalyst can definitely do that. Well, fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.